Hey boys and girls, welcome to this week's review of Blade Runner 2049. Just an official warning or disclaimer, before you go into this movie, do not go for work drinks or sape before watching Blade Runner.
That is 100% true. I 100% agree with PJ. This is a freak long movie. I mean, it's actually longer than the original Blade Runner. So if you have a papier in your gut, you will fall asleep. You will. And don't do that to yourself.
You're not going to survive.
You're not going to survive, my bro. Don't holler. Leave the work drinks, go the following week or whatever, or just have a beer afterwards.
Yeah. Look, I mean, just hold back for once in your life. You know what I mean? This film is as long as The Godfather Part 3, for fuck's sake. You're gonna take a big cup if you go safe before this film.
Don't be that guy. Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Pete.
And welcome to that movie review,
aka TMR. Blade Runner 2049 picks up exactly 35 years after the original 1982 version, which starred Harrison Ford as a special detective tasked with eliminating genetically engineered humans known as replicants.
The original Blade Runner was not a box office success, it was actually a flop. But over the years, it's actually garnered a bit of a cult following, is actually considered a classic, and for many reasons.
Firstly, it had that classic Ridley Scott trait, and that one trait that would come to define his entire career, that of visual splendor. Even by today's standards, the original 1982 Blade Runner is still aesthetically pleasing.
Secondly, it gave us the cyberpunk genre, which is basically a genre of science fiction which features advanced technology and science in an urban dystopian sort of setting. So some people have described it as high-tech and low-life. Blade Runner 2049 picks up the story 30 years later and introduces us to a new replicant hunter named K, played by Ryan Gosling, who is a replicant himself.
Everything that the original Blade Runner was is improved upon by 2049. This one is better than its predecessor, there's no doubt about it. And that's because it fleshes out the concepts introduced in the first one, which were its neo-noir style.
Absolutely. The visuals,
and of course, thank you Matthew, and of course its philosophy.
The contradictory nature of Blade Runner is quite apparent. I mean, it's set in this dystopian future, but it's an absolute pleasure to look at. The Earth's ecosystem is completely destroyed, and people are basically reliant on these protein farms to survive, while the entire city is engulfed in either darkness and rain, or light and dust.
The filmmakers have stuck within the confines of the technology established in the original Blade Runner, and this means that the film has an interesting mesh of somewhat old school and archaic tech combined with very cool and futuristic tech. And for that reason, boys and girls, one cannot help but marvel at the beautiful ugliness that is Blade Runner 2049.
The line between what is real and what is artificial is constantly blurred throughout the film. Technology and humans they've merged so much that the living condition has become one that it's almost like a hybrid sort of condition.
There is one singular notion that echoes throughout Blade Runner 2049, or one question if you will. What does it mean to be human? What defines the human condition? This idea is constantly thrown at the audience, be it by way of the fact that replicants just want to be treated like their human masters, or that simulation programs can love their users just like or better than humans, and lastly by the fact that humans want that very trait to be exclusive to them.
Blade Runner 2049 is a melting pot of philosophy and technology, and it's realized with meticulous attention to all these details by filmmaker Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
More or less right.
That was Denis Villeneuve or something.
Everyone thought that. It's French. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Exactly.
There we go. Under his guidance, Blade Runner 2049 totally outclasses its predecessor. I say that with respect. And I believe, I don't know if PJ agrees with me, it could easily be one of the best art house sci-fi films to date, next to Arrival, which is also by Denis Villeneuve. And I'm not surprised, I won't be surprised if this film picks up an Academy Award. I mean, it's that good. As K, the new Blade Runner, Ryan Gosling is perfectly cast. I mean, he's shown us in films like Drive that he can sustain this ominous, like the silent but deadly presence with saying very little. And even though he says a lot in this film, he still has that silent but deadly presence in here. And I mean, he's obviously a handsome bastard as well.
Yeah,
so that, he's got that going for him. It doesn't hurt.
It's
Yeah.
easy on the eye. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I mean, it'd be different. Like if
Hashtag maybe just a little homo.
There we go. There we go. As Gosling's love interest, Anna de Armas is an absolute delight. Her relationship with Gosling is both interesting and touching, and despite what she is, she will resonate with viewers. It's Anna de Armas. I mean,
It is Anna de
remember
Armas.
when we saw it for the first time in War Dogs? And we were just like,
What is she doing with Miles Teller? You know what I mean?
You know, that incredibly average steward.
Incredibly average, that's like giving him a compliment.
That's true. Or, sorry, let me rephrase it. What's she doing with that steward?
Jared Leto, once again, fulfilling his studio obligations of getting as little screen time as possible. I mean, this is actually rivaling his screen time that he had with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So, this man, what is the...
I don't know. Maybe he just wants like to. Maybe this is intentional.
Or maybe he's just so eccentric that they're like, nah, listen, we can't use that, can't use that, can't use that.
exactly.
You can only use like this 5 minutes where he actually listened
Yeah,
and read from the script.
Precisely. You know, he actually played ball over here, so this is what we're going to use. All that other shit where he's wearing nothing but a tie and underwear, we can't actually
Can't use that.
You know?
Sorry, Jared.
No. Harrison Ford makes a meaty and justified return as Deckard. His role isn't simply patched on, you know, for Pinto or for box office receipts. This is a legitimate role which Harrison brings, and it's also one that helps the mystery unfold that is taking place in Blade Runner. It's probably also one of his best roles to date.
One thing I noticed when he first came on screen, you know, Peter's already laughing here. It's just how old this man is, man. He's freak old, right?
It was classic. I was sitting there. It's all serious, and Matthew leans over to me and he's like, "Yes, this is an onai," and I burst out laughing because he's right.
He's kind of old.
He's so old.
Maybe that walk, he doesn't walk, that's like that old man run, but bro, like it's almost like a...
Yeah. Because it's
and like you hear like his knees crack.
Yeah, and it's also like it's almost like one. It's a bit of like a I don't know.
Oh, we like a hopple.
Yeah, there's definitely a hopple to it every time he comes around. But yeah, no.
In saying that, it was still.
It was very nice seeing him on screen.
It was very nice.
And he did act well, despite the fact that he's
an old bastard.
He's an old guy now.
And now we have our guest reviewers, Al Proktor and that Nomad Shad from Big Screen Hooligans. Let's see what they have to say about Blade Runner.
So we have 1 minute, bro. Let's dial 1 minute to go. Away, Blade Runner 2049. 35 years after the original, it's finally here. The sequel we didn't know we wanted, bro.
But we wanted it so badly.
And it was fuck.
It was an awesome movie. If you are a fan of dystopian sci-fi, if you're a fan of sci-fi,
hell, if you're a fan of film,
if you're a fan of movies at all,
go watch this movie.
go watch this shit.
This movie is for fuck in every aspect. Great writing, great directing, great acting,
Cinematography,
mind blowing,
sound design, and
everything. This
score.
This is a complete movie, and it will keep you there, like it's gripping. The mystery sequence of every step.
The movie is so good, even to its almost 3 hour runtime. It will just keep you there. You will not get bored one iota.
But bro, Dala, don't think twice, bro.
Yeah.
Go watch this movie.
At IMAX or any.
Yeah, on the biggest screen you can find, bro.
CX
Up to
screen,
time.
IMAX.
Thanks a lot, Nomad, Shad, and El Capitan. I think we are all singing from the same pew leaflet. Myself
On
and
the same
Matthew,
page, yeah.
Same page. Our views mimic those of yours. This is a great film. This is a film that's worth watching.
And it's also like they said, it's a long runtime, but I mean it keeps you gripped throughout the entire film.
It's true, and it's a good point you boys raised, because something myself and Matthew didn't hammer home enough is that this is a long film.
Yeah, it's kind of
Granted, 160 minutes.
long.
So you've got to have the stamina to be able to watch a film like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Matthew, how much are you giving this movie?
Me, I'm gonna give this movie 9 out of 10. I think it's a solid 9. I almost actually gave this film 10 out of 10, PJ.
Yeah, okay.
I almost did.
It's
It's just like, but then I think I was too stiff, and then it's like as I started getting flaccid, and I'm like, it's actually just a 9 out of 10.
But you can't do anything with the flaccid pill method. So
I know, but I was.
I understand your auto started to wane. I'll give it 9 too.
So that's it this week for that movie review. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Don't be so, man.